Okay. We visited most of the exhibitors this year, and well, we were happy to see that there was definitely an increased presence of hands-on tour operators and so on. But we also realized that most of them are UK-based, and there is definitely not enough in the area of those who are actually directly involved in selling destinations to tourists. That is where my question lies. I'd like to know why and what's going to be done to improve this situation next year.
Let me start by saying that today's event, my being here today with my team, supported on my right-hand side by a representative of the board of directors of NTDC, supported by my head of department for marketing and promotions. Today's event is a wake-up call. It is a wake-up call for Nigerians in Nigeria. It is a wake-up call for Nigerians in diaspora. It is a wake-up call for foreigners in Nigeria. It is a wake-up call for the international community. It is also a wake-up call for investors out there and foreigners. This is an opportunity for us to showcase all the tourism assets that Nigeria has, to give people reason why they should come to Nigeria. Why should somebody leave their comfort zone and come and visit Nigeria? To answer your question directly, if you look at the right-hand side of the whole exhibition, for the past 3 days, it's been nothing but tour operators. Everybody there is a tour operator. They're all from Nigeria, so they're actually very well represented. They've been holding dialogues with 4 other tour operators. We've taken them to other stands, of the Gambian stand, of the Sierra Leonean stand, of the Ghanaian stand. They've been very busy talking about Nigeria, so they're very well represented. Even the FTAN is here, very well represented. We have the Nigerians in diaspora, the Secretary General, who was here a minute ago, very well represented. So the tourism operators in Nigeria are very much around. They've been here for 3 days. Today is more or less the last day, so you probably didn't see most of them.
Honorable DG and board members present. My name is Anthony Olapodi Ayodele. My question is this. Now, I'm working towards promoting Nigerian golf courses abroad. So the idea is to get foreigners to come and play our golf with a variation of golf, something different from what they have, something more or less African, unique to Africa, so that they will come. All I just want is a formal assurance from my DG that we will have all the support. I know you are working with golfers back home, and we appreciate that, but tourism is about bringing in foreigners, and that's what we're doing from this end, so we need your assurance. Over to you, DG.
Well, that's a very interesting question. Thank you very much. It's all part of the wake-up call to give tourism a chance in Nigeria. There are different types of tourism, and you're talking about sports tourism.
Yeah.
We're very welcome. We welcome very much your initiatives. We will encourage what you have to offer to showcase the sports tourism that Nigeria has to offer. You can send us a proposal. We'll look at it very kindly. She's here. She's in charge of marketing and promotions.
Okay.
And she will look at your proposal and we'll look at it together as a team. So it's
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
And once again, you're welcome aboard.
Yeah, your question?
Hi, I'm Leanne Kaikai from My African Passport. I just wanted to know, why should people come to Nigeria?
Why should people come to Nigeria? That's a very good question. That is why we're here today. That is why I'm talking about a wake-up call. Let us give Nigeria a chance for tourism. We have very successful tourism assets already today in Nigeria. We have business tourism. Very successful. People come to Nigeria because of the oil, they do business, and then they go. Nobody thinks of leisure. We would like the successful business tourists to stay a bit longer and enjoy all other things that Nigeria has to offer, apart from business. We have religious tourism, which is very much a success. And these are all the things we want them to share with us. We have our rich and cultural heritage, our very dynamic and fascinating festivals. We have Abuja Carnival coming up very soon. We have the Cross River Carnival. So there are a lot of carnivals that we do that are authentic and unique to Nigerians. Very unique to Nigeria. And we have beautiful weather in Nigeria. But above all, welcome foreigners, we welcome Nigerians in diaspora to come back home, and we welcome Africans in diaspora. That is what this wake-up call is about. To invite not just Nigerians, but also those who are out there who yearn for home, to come back home to Nigeria, because we are waiting to embrace you when you come back home. That is what Nigeria has to offer. Nigeria also has to offer, first and foremost, for its most important stakeholders, the Nigerian stakeholder, domestic tourism. How best can you sell Nigeria if Nigerians themselves do not sell Nigeria themselves? And so every Nigerian becomes an ambassador to the Nigeria in diaspora, African in diaspora, the expatriates out, the international community. We are the ones who must sell Nigeria. And that is why, in my less than 90 days in office, we've gone into partnerships that will encourage domestic tourism. We want to encourage Nigerians that tourism is no longer an elitist event. It is for all Nigerians. We're bringing tourism to the grassroots. We want everyone involved. How is that going to be done? We want to ensure that those who cannot afford flight tickets, who cannot afford road journeys, we have partnered with ARIC as a lead partner, air travel partner. We have partnered with ABC Transportation, over 20 years of road transportation. And to support that, we have come up with projects that can support such events by creating land hubs, travel land hubs, where people who travel by road will enjoy as much pleasure and leisure and facilities and comfort as much as those who travel internationally. So we're trying to encourage Nigerians, know your country. Let us look at our tourism assets and appreciate them. And then we would be the ones who will be out there speaking about Nigeria in a positive light. Come to my country, it's beautiful. That's what Nigeria has to offer. The cultural diversity, the festivals that we have, the warm people, the food we have. We also have the Nollywood success. That is self-proclaimed. We have so much to offer. We have entertainment, tourism. We're doing very well there. So Nigeria is doing well in the entertainment and the movie industry. We're doing well in the business tourism industry. We're doing well in the religious tourism industry. But we need to leverage more on that. But we need people not just to come to Nigeria to take away business. Come, do the business, and spend some of your money in Nigeria. We want people to think of tourism as a private sector-driven initiative. Every Nigerian must think of how we can move away from oil sustaining us and moving towards tourism being our revenue generation. It's a private sector activity and must be driven by the private sector.
Thank you.
I could also add that I think my newness on the job, I bring fresh ideas, I bring a new dimension and a different culture, private sector way of thinking into the public sector. It is a new way of doing things. That freshness means also that I am open. We are open to ideas. We'll share with you. We may not know it all, but if we can share what we have to do, then you can add value to it. And everyone who comes to Nigeria takes value with them.
Thank you. Next man, introduce yourself and your question. Keep it short.
My name is Lashley Oladipo. I'm the acting chairman, Nigerian Journalist Europe chapter. I would like to go to the director of Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation about your recent activities the corporation has embarked on in recent times, especially when it comes to the area of domestic tourism. We want you to know how tourists, when we use the media from abroad, we talk to them, everyone, all the stakeholders participate are inviting tourists to Nigeria. The tourists want to know how about you can go about, visiting some destinations in Nigeria and your plans that you go for regarding the way of making life easy, the way of accessing all this, or getting to the destination centers across Nigeria, all the want to please emphasize a little bit on that domestic tourism and how the plans will go about in next week.
Thank you very much. That's a very interesting question. Domestic tourism is key to our strategy. It is very key to our strategy. Some of the things that are very important to achieving domestic tourism is collaboration NTDC thing. It's not a me thing. It's not a her thing. It is all Nigerians that must take ownership of Nigerian tourism. The role that tourism should play in Nigeria, it's about time. It's about time that people took tourism seriously. With the new board that we have, led by and she is represented by Princess here today. The new board is very focused on the dynamic tourism industry, and I'm very proud to say that I have the full backing of my board. They are supporting whatever initiatives I'm doing, but in addition to that, they have contributions to make. There are people with various backgrounds in tourism, diverse backgrounds, even more than what I have, and there's value for them to add. So what we have started by doing in September, we called a tourism stakeholders forum. All stakeholders in Nigeria were invited to participate. The tour operators, travel agents, the commissioners of the states, the local governments, you know, they were all invited. We had an open session. Subsequently after that, we signed a memorandum of understanding, various tourism strategic partners to encourage domestic tourism. And what I mean to encourage, because I've mentioned grassroots tourism is key. Yesterday, for example, we signed an MOU with the Gambian government. Gambia has best practice. We have numbers. The population of Gambia is 1.7 million people. Yet, they have tourist traffic. And they have signed an MOU with us, encouraging us that we want to encourage regional tourism. We want to encourage best practices. We want to adopt, and we agreed to have exchange programs, attachment from Nigerians going to Gambia to learn how it is properly done, so that it's an experience for them. So these are all initiatives we're making to ensure that the domestic tourism experience is a pleasant experience. Because if we as Nigerians know how tourists should be treated, then we'll know how to treat tourists. Another initiative we've done, we've also met a few weeks ago, we met airline operators. We had a breakfast meeting with them. It started as breakfast, ended up as lunch, eventually it was almost a dinner. But what we do, we're sharing ideas. How can we partner to make tourism work in Nigeria, for Nigerians, before we start taking it out? In the next 1 month, we're going to partner with the diplomatic community and all the security chiefs. As soon as we get back to Nigeria next week, we start visiting them. You know, all the people in charge of security will meet with the diplomatic community. What will the diplomatic community contribute to Nigerian tourism? What are you going to do to encourage your nationals to come to Nigeria? So while we're talking domestic tourism, we're also, you know, partnering with non-Nigerians who have love for Nigeria, who live in Nigeria and have reason to be happy in Nigeria.